Sri Brajesh Parvalji, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Dr. Upendra Dhar sir, Coordinator, Center of Excellence in Data Science, Dr. Saurabh Jain sir, Coordinator of this webinar, Mrs. Sonal Jain ma'am, all other panel members, participants, and their students. The university has established Center of Excellence in Data Science to enable development of innovative application and research in this upcoming multidisciplinary area of interest. Today is second webinar of the webinar series organized by COEDS on the topic Lexical, Syntactic, and Semantic Processing. Before beginning the webinar, now we have a traditional auspicious lamp lighting ceremony online as a tribute to Maa Saraswati. I request technical team to please play the video.
Please unmute yourself.
Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Dr. Upendra Dhar, and Coordinator, Center of Excellence in Data Science, Dr. Saurabh Jain, to virtually welcome our distinguished speaker, Sri Brajesh Parvalji. I now have the pleasure of inviting Dr. Saurabh Jain sir for welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Mr. Brajesh Parval, Technical Product Senior Manager, Data Science, R&D, Accenture, Deans, Directors, Heads, Faculty colleagues, staff members, and dear students. I would like to welcome you all in this second webinar of Center of Excellence in Data Science on Lexical, Syntactic, and Semantic Processing. The main purpose of data science is to find patterns within data. It requires various statistical techniques to analyze and draw insights from the data. From data extraction, data wrangling, and preprocessing, a data scientist must scrutinize the data thoroughly. Then he or she has the responsibility of making predictions from the data. The goal of data scientists is to derive conclusions from the data. Through these conclusions, he or she is able to assist companies in making smarter business decisions. Data is the new electricity. We are living in the age of industrial revolution. This is the era of artificial intelligence and big data. There is a massive data explosion that has resulted in the culmination of new technologies and smarter products. Data science is a very recent terminology. Before data science, we had statisticians. These statisticians experienced in qualitative analysis of data, and companies employed them to analyze their overall performance and sales. With the advent of computing process, cloud storage, and analytical tools, the field of computer science merged with statistics. This gave birth to data science. Early data analytics was based on surveying and finding solutions to public problems. For example, a survey regarding to a number of children in a district would lead to a decision of development of the school in that area. With the help of computers, the decision-making process has been simplified. As a result, computers could resolve more complex statistical problems. Data is to products what electricity is to household gadgets. We need data to engineer the products that cater to the users. It is what drives the products and make it usable. A data scientist is like a sculptor. He chisels the data to create something meaningful of it. While it can be a tedious task, a data scientist needs to have a right expertise to deliver the results. Data science combines multiple fields including statistics, scientific methods, artificial intelligence, machine learning, business analytics, and data analytics, to name a few. India has demonstrated rapid and sustained economic growth over the last decade, and recent developments suggest that a focus on data science is the need of the hour. Taking that into consideration, Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya has established the data of excellence in data science. The university has established this center to enable development of innovative applications and research in the field of data science, and to build capacity and ensure that the aspiring students have the opportunities for best preparation and training in data science for achieving their career ambitions and life goals. So now, not taking much time, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Swatindra Mishra to invite our today's speaker for his talk. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for informing us about the objectives of COEDS. Now, before starting the session, I would like to introduce speaker of today's webinar, Sri Brajesh Pravalji. Mr. Brajesh has completed MTech in Information Technology from IIIT Bangalore and also completed postgraduate diploma in data science from same institute. He has also completed certification in PMI project management, data architect, and many more. Over 14 years of IT experience, including leading and coaching teams to deliver data warehousing, BI, ETL, data science, analytical solution. Cross-domain IT expertise across projects in BFSL, telecom, aerospace, logistics, and automotive business to optimize solution delivery. Wide experience in coaching across large-scale programs and projects across levels, including leadership, in terms of turning around crisis projects, setting up new portfolio and projects, and working with geographically dispersed stockholders in global organizations. Supported over 100 teams in implementing data warehousing, business intelligence, analytical solution, data science practices using AI, ML, NLP, deep learning technologies in investment of banking products, wide experience in the analysis, design, development, testing, and implementation of business intelligence solution using data warehouse, data mart design, ETL, OLAP, BI, client server applications. Mr. Parwal served at American Express India Private Limited, TCS India Private Limited, Capgemini India Private Limited. Presently, he is working as a technical product senior manager in data science Research and Development at Exchanger Solution Private Limited. Once again, I welcome you, sir, and hand over the session to you. Sir, please.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for all the compliments and everything. Thank you, Saurabh, for inviting for this webinar. Thank you, Swati, for giving the brief overview about my profile and everything. Thanks for the Vice Chancellor as well. Let me give the brief overview. So I'm Brijesh Parwal. Let me introduce myself. I'm Brijesh Parwal. I'm passed out from Triple IT Bangalore. I passed out in 2009 as an MTech graduates. I started with my journey with the American Express, and then currently I'm working with the Accenture. So in the Accenture, I'm associated with this last 6 years. As part of the Accenture journey, in Accenture, we started the R&D department, especially for the data science. As Saurabh has already given the brief overview about the data science and how this data science is evolving more new enhancement in the technology world. Currently, what you are studying in your academics, this is the very basic level of data science, like cleaning up the data, extracting the data, creating the model, applying different algorithms, right? And then coming up with the new model with the good accuracy on the trace data, on the trained data, and everything, right? Other than this, there are a lot of new technology also introduced as part of data science, because the technology is changing very fast. Previously, before the 2015, the technology was changing in the 2 years, 3 years, right? But now, what is happening? The technologies are changing every year, and in future, the technology will be changing after 6 months as well. So industry is also changing accordingly. Industry also needs to change and to adopt new technology changes. And once the industry will change, definitely the academics, syllabus, and the student, the skill and the knowledge also, they have to increase very fast, because all the things are changing very fast. NLP is the natural language processing. Let me share my screen. NLP, natural language processing. Natural language processing is the extension of the data science model creation and everything. Because what happens in your academics, in your projects, you all do the data cleaning, creating the model, apply the different algorithm, random forest, right? K algorithm, and all these things, right? And you calculate the accuracy, and you come up with all the accuracy, stage data, train data, and apply all this statistical solution over there. Now, natural language processing is the new next generation of the data science. This natural language processing is having the AI and MLPs, artificial intelligence plus machine learning. You all are using the net banking, banking services, and everything, right? Whenever you open the site, what you see, there is one chatbot comes immediately. How this chatbot comes? No person is sitting in front of you. Machine is talking to you. Whatever the questions you will ask, what it will do? It will go in the database. Grammar will apply over there. Okay. On the basis of your questions, either you have written in a proper grammatical format or not, the system will arrange in a proper grammatical format, understand if there is any question present in our database or not. If the question is present in database, then it will find the answer accordingly and giving it to you. Also, natural language processing check your behavior also. How it check your behavior? Once you will ask the questions, right? The system start understand what kind of the questions, the behavior and trending is going on, right? We all do the shopping on the Amazon and Flipkart. You have seen that whenever you go for the shopping on this site, next time you start getting the reviews or recommendations and everything, right? because the system start capturing your behavior and all these things. So this natural language processing is a very vast area. We cannot cover all this area in 1 hour, but yeah, we will touch upon very briefly and how the industry is using this natural language processing. The most important thing is this, because in academics, you all are aware and you are doing all the project and everything. But how the industry is using the data science and natural language processing, that's important, which I want to cover today. Because the Accenture has set up the R&D. I'm leading that R&D over here. In this R&D space, we are creating the new product from the natural language processing and all. So focusing on the banking services as well as the investment banking side. Once we develop the prototype as well as the working product, we go for the patent as well. We file the patent, okay? And this patent we utilize for our different Accenture services utilize this product to sell to their customers as well, right? Now, natural language processing. Let's go to the deeper human interactions. What is happening? We all believe in the human interactions, right? Before the COVID, we all involved in the human interactions. We were, doing the gossip on the lunch table, in the classroom, and everywhere. We talk each other, right? Now we are converting these human interactions into the product content. We are building the product. We are building the intelligence in the product on the basis of the behavior of the persons, their understanding, their mentality, what kind of questions the person can ask. The person is asking something to question, how the other person can react and can give the answer accordingly. So all this kind of the terminology, methodology we have to implement into the product, right? And that we can convert as part of our implementation perspective. See, what happens once we go into our implementation. See, this IT industry is very vast. We have a lot, hundreds, millions, trillions of data available, right? Which we need to process and we need to analyze those data, right? To analyzing those data, we need the data should be in a structured format. I'm telling you, in the industry also, we face this kind of the problem that 80% of our data is unstructured. Right? Once we get the data, unstructured data we get. First, we have to bring the data in a structured format. Same thing you do in your model building as well. You get the raw data, you clean the data, you build a model through logistics regression and the other regression techniques, right? Then you apply the model over there. Same thing in the NLP also, we do the same thing. 80% of our data is unstructured. So unstructured data is very difficult to process. First, language, we use different language because in India, if you'll see, every state is having their separate native language, right? Purpose and audience, specialist or domain specific terminology, different. Let's take example as I'm sitting in India, but I'm working with the US client or some German client. German client is having a problem that they don't understand the English, right? They understand the German language, right? So if you're building a product for the German client, a German audience, you have to convert your language into German language. So that, suppose if I will give the answer, if we will ask the questions in English, it will convert into the German. The answer we already got it from the system. Just a minute. Sorry for the interruption. So now the purpose of the system is to understand. You are asking the question in any of the language, the response should will translate in a proper format, process it, bring the data to the customer. Variation, we use the synonyms, grammatical variations to make our communications more interesting, right? If I'm asking the questions, I'm Brijesh, right? If I will type I Brijesh, my system will understand what I'm asking, right? It will arrange the words in a proper grammatical format. Okay, he's asking I'm Brijesh. Then it will start searching the answers accordingly. So what happens? The question comes. In that case, we have to feed lot of questions and answer into the system, right? This is the one-time process, and it's a continuous process to build the database, right? Also, our system should understand. It should not be happen that automatically our system should understand and start giving the reply. Always, we don't need to, give all the input, all the questions and answer we need to feed into the database. The communication styles are very intentionally and unintentionally as well. So the purpose is 80% of data is unstructured. First, we have to make it structured data. And then once we will be having the structured data, then we will process the structured data in a meaningful format. NLP, natural language processing, is a technique to do the structuring of the unstructured data. So people can understand unstructured content, but are limited by their rate of processing, right? For computer to be able to process unstructured content, first we need to convert in a proper format, right? Natural language processing is an interface. See, this is not a technology. NLP is not a technology. NLP is a concept. Under the NLP, we implement a lot of other concepts to build this natural language processing. Artificial intelligence is the one part. Artificial intelligence also comes under this. Machine learning also is a technique which we use. Automation also we can implement through NLP. The new era of technology which is coming and using our data science NLP, metaverse. Metaverse is a buzzword in the industry right now. Every company, every industry is working for the metaverse. Even the Accenture, even we have also started working on the metaverse. And for this metaverse, NLP is our source of data. On the basis of the interface between human and computers to enable automations to add speed and scale and improve decision making. Everyone is using most of the guys are using the iPhone. In iPhone, you have seen that Siri is there, right? What is the Siri? Siri is implemented on the basis of the NLP technique, right? We use the Amazon Echo and all. You ask the questions and you get the reply immediately. If you say, okay, sing this, play the song. Amazon Echo will start playing the song. This technique is completely developed on the basis of the NLP, because you are saying something, they are understanding, they are arranging your communication in a proper form, grammatical format, and finding out the solution. Once the solution will be available, they start doing the action. Computer makes sense of human input and use that to make decision or perform actions. Computer can generate response which are understood by the humans. Now, if you will see, chatbot is a very first step in NLP language, right? Whenever you will start creating any project, you can easily create this chatbot. It's very easy to create, and once you will enhance this chat box, you can add more and more features into that. NLP in the digital form, transformations. In India, even in the world, let me tell you, digital transformation acceleration is on high speed. Every company is working on the digital transformations. Not only the banking and financial sector, but other sector, pharma and the logistics. Also, they are working on the digital transformations. Banking and financial investment banking is always known as the front runner for the adoption of the new technology, because whatever the new technology is coming, they implement immediately. Let me give the example. This NLP, data science, and metaverse are very extensively we are using in the banking and financial investment banking sector. The reason being, all the credit rating, all the investment banking decisions, all your loan applications, loan rejections, approvals, investment banking decisions, handling the cash flow, and everything is driven by the decision making. And how this decision making is driven by? Because of our NLP and the data science. Because the front office user and the business user, they are not a technical persons, right? They need to understand the trend of the customer behavior, and how they will be able to understand once you will be able to give the model building and all the others NLP product, develop product. On the basis of that, they will communicate their customers, they will give the suggestions, and they can build a strategy for their company. So before the COVID-19, digital transformation was not on the fast pace, but during the COVID and now going forward from the COVID perspective, digital transformation is on the high acceleration path. The reason being, you have heard about some recession news is coming from the US and all, but in the IT side, there is no issue, because every company understand this data science NLP is important to build the framework for the future growth. This NLP market is currently is in 11 billion USD, and it will go till 48 billion USD by 2026. So you can see the how much potential we have in the NLP side. NLP use cases. All the domains, either it's e-commerce, operations, HR and R&D, or legal and finance, everywhere we have to use the NLP. So first, information extraction, because let me give the one example from the investment banking side. Everyone we do the trading, right? The trading happens in the exchange. End of the day, once the trade will execute, all the data will capture and it will process to the middle office and for the settlement and everything, right? This information extraction is the first step for every middle office system or the back office system to get the data from the front office system. It's not necessary the data will be in a proper format, whatever they are expecting. Data may be a different format, but they have to convert to process this data, right? So this information extraction, they extract the entities and key attributes from the unstructured text data from the front office system. Language understanding, use natural language understanding techniques to extract insights of the unstructured text, bring it in a proper structure format, apply the analytical solution over there, understand what kind of the recommendations they can provide, and they can give to their strategical team so that they can take the decision accordingly for their future growth. Next generation search, return better search result using machine neural network search and all. Google we use, right? Google is completely based on our NLP technique. Whatever you will type in Google, it will give the results to you, because they have built the NLP technology, grammatical solutions, they have built it over there through lexical and syntactic analysis. The lexical is the first step to understand the grammar. We build the grammar accordingly, and then in the statistical, we enhance the grammar whatever we have created. Right? The extract key attributes from product description, we apply the sentiment analysis on customer data, right? And next generation search, we find the historical records which are similar to a current problem. So these are the use cases you can see which where we can apply the NLP techniques in data science. How can NLP help business? As you all the students are currently and working on the projects, and after some years, right, you will be enter into the industry as well. But you need to understand the NLP also how can NLP help business as well, right? The first thing, automations. Everywhere in the process automations, we are using the NLP techniques. Whatever, if you go into any of the branch or in any of the banking financial branch and any of the other offices as well, industry is trying to automate their processes, right? All the manual work we are trying to eliminate by using this data science and NLP techniques, right? And by using of these automations, we are bringing the efficiency as well and the decision making power as well. So that, person can take the decision quickly and in a proper directions. Manage records, find similarities, understand your customer, right? Help your employees. KYC, we all do the KYC, know your customer, right? On the basis of the know your customer, you can identify your customer very well. Their customer behavior, expenses, right? You can identify who is your potential customers. You can target and which customer you can keep aside. They are not from the business profit perspective, or whoever will be your customer you can target for your increased business. Right? So these are the areas where we can focus from the NLP side. NLP, definitely this natural language process is delivering disruptive values. So in R&D side, what we do statistical models. Everyone, you guys are creating the statistical models. You apply the different algorithms, you check the accuracy. Once your model is ready, then you can check how much accuracy are you getting, and you can apply for your unseen data, which you haven't seen it. Right? And you are expecting the same kind of the accuracy you will get over there as well. So this statistical model is very much important. Previously, what was happening, this statistical model is not just only for our engineering gadgets. Mathematical statistical gadgets also very much important to build this statistical model, because they have the very good knowledge on our statistics side, right? We use the Python language, R language to build this statistical model. Semantic parsing, conditional random field, right? Structure perceptions. Once we have the statistical model, the next phase is the deep learning. What is the deep learning actually? In the deep learning, we apply multiple algorithms, word to VEC. This is the very much important for the NLP, natural language processing perspective, because our grammar completely will be based on these algorithms, right? Sequence to sequence, right? This is more from the contextual perspective, right? Then Watson natural language understanding. So there is a one product, Watson, which we have. They also have introduced their algorithms and all, which you can use it for the NLP techniques. So this is the combination of multiple algorithms and the technologies, which we can combine together. We can utilize whatever will be suitable for you to build the NLP model, right? Contextualized word vectors, right? Pre-training models. What happens actually? Once we build the models, we have to deploy this model in the productions, right? So that we can use this model on a daily basis. In academics project, what we do, we create a model, we run on a local system and we see, okay, everything is working fine. But in actual scenario, this model should be deployed in any of the, either in the cloud environment or any of the other servers as well. You can deploy and try to convince others to use this model so that they can connect and can use it. That will be the good use case for your project as well. AWS side, there is a lot of AWS services are available to build this NLP model, which you can utilize. Currently, there are 400 services offered by the AWS as well. So NLP is also the one of the area where the lot of services are available in the AWS, and AWS account is free for the 1 year. So you can do the some hands-on on the AWS side as well from the NLP perspective. As I mentioned, NLP is the range of tools and techniques, right? Name entity recognitions, natural language processing, topic modeling, summarization, text analytics. The chatbot which we're talking about is a text analytics, right? Analytics which we are applying on the unseen data and the GBs of TBs of data, right? To understand the behavior and doing some analytical purpose. That's it, comes under text analytics. Entity extraction. Entity extraction is also the one where we can apply the NLP. Sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis means where you can understand the sentiments of the customer and the behavior of the persons, right? NLP project process. So what happens if you are building any NLP project? What are the things is we should consider? First, speed. Speed is very much important, because if your model or your NLP product is not efficient and not giving the result in a very quick time framework, then it will not be the good model and good product. See, if you have seen the trade executions, what happens? In some nanoseconds, your trade will execute. Industry is already using the high performance trading model, trading model. So in a nanoseconds, your trade will execute. And one more thing, in the investment banking side, the trades are executing today, which were, and the settlement was happening on the T+3 days. It means your trade is executed today, but the shares will become in your account as well as the amount will you get after 2 days. That's going to be passed now. All the investment bank is working on the T+2 right now. And industry has given this options and solution to them to do the settlement on the same day as well. They are in process to adopt the process. They are in process to adopt this technology so that all the trades and settlement will happen in a day. And how it will happen? Using the data analysis, data science, and the NLP techniques. So speed is very much important. Task, repetitive task involving large volume of content, high value decisions and action provide a good business use case. For NLP, the value is very much important. If you're building any NLP technique for the lexical analysis or from the sentiment analysis perspective, but it's not giving the value to the customer or the industry, then it won't be useful. In R&D, if you're creating 5 products in a year, I'm telling you 3 products we are not giving to anyone, because first we see what kind of value we are building over there. If you are not giving the value to customers, then we cannot go ahead. Accuracy is already we have discussed, and even the data science is complete data science. NLP is based on the accuracy. If you are not achieving more than 85% of 85% accuracy, no one will adopt your product. No one will come and will ask for the product. because they need accuracy. And if you not give the accuracy, all the results will go wrong in that case. Your analytics, your analysis, your decision making, everything will impact because of this. Volume is very much important because in the data warehouse ETL process, what happens? We process GBs of data, 50 GBs of 50 millions of data, 60 millions of data industry process on a daily basis, right? To handle this kind of the volume, your model should apply on this volume, and you need speed. Also, you need accuracy as well. It means your more NLP product as well as your data science model should be perfect in that case. Generally, we create a model with a very limited sets of data. Even when we go for the campus interview, I have seen that, most of the 70-80% students are working on the model building and all, right? But they are using a very limited sets of data. See, if you are using the very limited sets of data, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 data, you will not be able to achieve the proper accuracy. At least go ahead and try with the 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakhs data. Then your data science model, NLP product, whatever the product you are building to NLP technologies, will give you some kind of a good accuracy, right? Cost. Definitely the cost is a factor, right? And content, what kind of a content you are processing, that's also important. Key consideration in NLP project, right? See, from the NLP project perspective, requirement, what is your vision and the goal you are bringing on the table? If your vision and the goal is not clear, your final product will not be perfect. Okay. So first understand your scope, expectations, and target. What you want to achieve by using of this model, by using of the NLP technology, and the lexical analysis, the sentiment analysis, which you are doing. What you want to achieve with this. Once you will, gather the proper requirement, you set up your vision and goal properly, then go ahead and start working on the data collections. There are a lot of others, a lot of sites are available. From there you can get the free data. Kaggle is the one from where you can get the hundreds of data. Data preparations. Then go and clinic normalizes the data, right? Then model choice. This model choice is a very important step actually. NLP tasks, framework, accuracies, all are depend on this model choice. If you are not selecting the good model, right, your all this go in a different directions. You will not be able to achieve the target, whatever you have mentioned in your vision and goal. Bias and expandability. So bias, user confidence, and improvement, prediction overhead. So processing time, scale, architecture constraint. So this also you should consider. Model training, test and train data, which we select. This test and train data always used for the model building as well as for your NLP process as well, for the lexical and scientific analysis as well. The reason being, in the lexical analysis, we apply the grammatical solution there, right? This grammatical solution which you apply on the train data is the same working for your test data as well. You need to verify it, right? Review and adjust, right? Once you have the model choice, model training available, review the results, review the accuracy. Is it expected or not? And then you integrate your model with the different either API services or so there are a lot of API services and all these things, backend services, API service where you can integrate with your model. Suppose you are using the front-end applications. Your front-end applications, you want to show all the analyticals, review, accuracy, and everything, whatever your model has produced, right? Through API services, you can call all these results and you can showcase on your UI pages, so that the business user will able to review all the analysis. They can play around, they can apply different filters, and they can get some insights of the data as well. So insight of the data is very much important, right? This is the main consideration you should take care while you are working on an NLP project. Assets. There is a one asset which I just wanted to show you, which we have, Saga. This is the platform for NLP middleware. What happens? In the Saga, if you'll see, we have the management user interface and integration APIs. This NLP process is not just an independent product, right? Once you will create this NLP product or the data science model and everything, once you have the model available, you have to integrate with the different APIs, different system as well, because you will be required some input from the different APIs. You will have to produce the output to different system as well. So this API call is very much important. So this is the reason we are doing the integration of the APIs. What we are doing over here, semantic tag registry with dependencies, all the tags. So if you have heard about the tagging, right? We use the grammatical. In the grammatical, we use the verb, pronouns, nouns, and everything, right? We capture everything in the lexical analysis, right? This semantic tag we register with the dependencies, ambiguity, representation, and resolution framework. We have action registry with the scripting, because this action registry with the scripting is very much important, because whatever the input you are giving on the basis of semantic tags will apply all the calculations and everything. On the basis of the action will generate, the action will execute by using the scripting. Okay. This NLP model storage and management, where all the models which we have created is stored over here, right? This is the NLP pre-built, pre-tested NLP algorithms are stored as part of the model. So there are multiple models which we have, right? Like Google Natural Language API, right? Azure is also there. Amazon is also there. What happens? Why I'm using these three models, Google, Azure, and Amazon, three different cloud environments? Because it's not necessary the data which you are getting is available only on the one cloud storage. One of the system is using the AWS, another system is using the Google, and another system is using the Azure. You have to bring the data from all the cloud systems. So this is the multi-cloud system which we have, right? So we have connected all the multi-cloud systems together. We build the model for the multi-cloud, right? This is TensorFlow, NLP, all the models which we have pre-built, pre-tested, we have stored over here. The scriptable APIs business system. There are a lot of actions, APIs called are stored over here. This is the business systems, cloud API, or the search engines, whatever. You can integrate. It depends on the requirement. You can integrate the cloud APIs, you can integrate your search engines, you can integrate the business systems. So business systems are different domains system which you have. Right? This product is the complete integrated one product. Under this one product, you are getting all management user interface, integration APIs, user interface. You have the pre-built model available. You have the scripting available. You can generate the actions. Through actions, you can run the scripting as well. And this scripting API is connected with your business, multi-cloud systems, search engine as well. So when we go for a complete package, right? If I will talk about the complete package, this is the complete package where you are seeing end-to-end complete product. Start from the user interface to the my database level data. This is the key innovations. This product is created by me, and we have patented this product also as part of our journey of this implementation of this product. Unstructured content ingestion and publishing. What happened? So we have a source of data. Investment banking example, which I have shown, which I have told you. All the front office system exchange will rely on the source system. The exchange can send me feed in a database format, in a file format, in a JSON format, in the API format, in anything. But my data warehouse solution should have the uniform model to capture all the data, process it, and store in my data warehouse. Once my data will be available, then I can start applying the model over there. First, I need to build the model, and then once the data will be available, I can apply the model on that. Same thing, same will apply for the my NLP process, because in NLP also we do the same thing, right? Because this review process, the Amazon side or Flipkart recommendations review all goes and follow same process. They capture the data from the different sources, analyze the data. They have already created a model, and they review it, give the recommendations, and simultaneously they give the review their business user as well. Their middle office or their back office system, they give it, because they need to understand the trend, what kind of trend is going on, purchasing, what kind of, which product is purchased most of the times by the customers, so that they can target only those products, and they can give the more discount for those products, right? So all these things applying by using of this. Another thing, Amazon as well as the Flipkart, they are deploying the code in production after every 30 seconds, right? From the model and the NLP perspective as well. Because if you see, before the 1 minute, something was coming on the UI, and after 1 minute or 2 minutes, something different will be coming, right? The reason being, they are deploying their code after every 30 seconds, and how they are doing? They are doing it because of the DevOps cycle. This NLP as well, so that it will start reflecting on the UI and the product as well. So this model also you can deploy through DevOps cycles, and that's automated process through DevOps, which automatically deploy after 30 seconds. And even the user will not impact, because there is a load balancing and multiple things are involved over there. So as a user, I will not be able to experience that code has been deployed in backend. Unstructured content. So these are the destinations. See, so connector framework. We get the user group ingestion, security ACLs, hierarchy ingestion, scheduling, increment management. Then we go for the content processing and document flow. We publish framework, and all these my destinations. Told you. Siri is the speech recognitions, language analysis, dialect processing, and text to speech. How is it happening? Is it happening? Because of the NLP. Lexical, syntactical, all the techniques they have used. They are listening your voice. They are forming in a grammatical format. Okay, applying the analysis over there, trying to get the answer from their system, and they are replying it to you on the basis as an action. See, components of NLP and the steps of NLP. So, sorry, Saurabh, do you have time?
Yes, we can exchange it for 10-15 minutes.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So the components of NLP. So in the natural language understanding and natural language generations, we have different level of analysis. What can be? Morphological analysis, syntactic analysis, semantic analysis, and discourage analysis. These are the techniques which we use as part of the natural language understanding. Natural language generations. This Producing output in a natural language format for some internal representations, different level of synthesis required. So deep learning, syntactic generations, which comes under the natural language generations. Natural language understanding is much harder than natural language generation actually. From the implementation perspective, there is no difference from the natural language and natural language generation. Linguistics and language. See, is the science of language. Is include sounds which refer to phonology, word formations, sentence structure, meaning refers to semantics, understanding refer to pragmatics. Under this lexical and syntactic, a lot of grammatical importance is there. If you are not building your grammar correctly or not with the proper syntax, the whole accuracy and the response which you are expecting will not be in the proper format. Morphological lexical analysis, syntactic analysis, semantic analysis, discuss integrations, and pragmatic analysis. These are the steps in the NLP which we follow. The lexical analysis is a language to vocabulary that includes words and expressions. It's depicted analyzing, identifying, description of structure of word. Right? Lexical analysis involves dividing text into paragraph, words, and sentences. First, it creates the word, then it creates a sentence, and then it goes for the paragraph. Once it will create the complete word, sentence, and paragraph. Accordingly, the action will perform by your system. Syntactic analysis is more from the syntax concern the proper ordering of words and its effect on the meaning. Because as a user, it's not necessarily that every time the user will type in a proper format. They can type anything. But our system should be capable to understand, arrange in a proper word, sentence, and paragraph, and then accordingly find the solutions, generate the actions, and reply back to the front system. This involves the analysis of the word in a sentence to depreciate the grammatical structure of sentence. The words are transformed into structure, shows how the words are being related to each other. Let's take example, the girl that go to the school. This would definitely be rejected by the English syntactic analyzer. Right? Our system should understand every word, try to get some meaningful sentence, understand what what is the ask, and accordingly generate the action. Semantic analysis concerns the literal meaning of words, phrases, and sentences. This more from the dictionary kind of the things which we are creating, right? Because we see the Oxford Dictionary, right? What is there? All the words are there, their phrases are there, meanings are there, right? Same thing also we are doing over here. Right? The structure which are created by the syntactic analyzer are assigned meaning. So the model is the one part, but this grammatical part is also very much important to understand the input. Once you will understand the input, then you will be able to generate the output accordingly. Discourage integrations is the sense of the context, meaning of any single sentence depend upon the sentence that provides it with also invokes the meaning of sentence. Right? There is another technique which we use in the NLP is the pragmatic analysis. Pragmatic concerns the overall communicative and social context. So we all use the Facebook and everything, right? There are a lot of techniques, NLP techniques has been introduced in the Facebook side as well, social networking side, right? They abstract, derive the purposeful use of the language in situations. Language is required world knowledge. right? The focus is on what was said is interpreted on what it actually means, and close the window. Right? Let's close the window. So it should be interpreted as a request rather than order. So there is a lot of things which we introduce, because in the world we have a different languages. Every country is having different languages, but somewhere we have to build a more framework model which understand your input and can transform in a different language, okay, and give it back to the users. Suppose they're French users, so we should get the output in a French language. If there is a German user, they should get the output in a German language. If I am passing the English as an input. Okay. Natural language generations. This is the process of constructing natural language output from a non-linguistic input. Is the reverse process of anal understanding. So what happens? Sometimes we do the reverse engineering as well over here. It's not always a top to bottom approach. Sometimes we do the bottom to top approach as well, reverse engineering. So analogy system may have two inputs, discourse planner, surface realizer, and lexical selection. These techniques and methods, machine learning. So these all are the machine learning techniques actually, right? This learning procedure used during machine learning automatically focus on the most common cases. We write rules by hand, it's often not correct at all, and concern on human errors. Just to interest of time, future of NLP. As I mentioned, the future of NLP, the metaverse is the future of NLP. Metaverse, what is the metaverse actually? The metaverse is our AR, VR solutions. It's not a new actually metaverse. It's already present even in the Hollywood movies. You have already seen the lot of visual effects and everything, right? Avatar and everything. But now suddenly it's become a buzzword in the industry. Every company, every bank, and everyone has started utilizing the metaverse. This metaverse solution which we are building on the basis of the NLP, because this grammatical things which we are implementing in the lexical, semantic, and all, same thing we are passing to our metaverse as an input. And on the basis of that, the metaverse is building the AR and VR solution over there, right? What happens? We use the Hercules and we start seeing the different world. So that's is coming the next generation of the NLP. So there is a one use case I have to tell you. Recently, JP Morgan Chase has created one metaverse solution from their banking side. What they are doing? They are giving the banking experience to the users. So in future, I'm telling you, we don't have, currently we are not, most of the times we don't visit to the branch, right? Going forward, no required to visit any branch, no required to log in online banking site and everything. What they are trying to build, just wear the Hercules, enter into their branch, ask the questions, give the directions, whatever the directions you will get, they will respond to you, okay? You will get the complete view of the branch. You can perform all the actions, okay? Whatever you have to perform in the bank branch, as well as online banking side, you can do everything into that. So they are building this kind of a solution over there. So JP Morgan Chase is the first bank which they have introduced the metaverse in their banking solution. And they are using all this NLP process as an input feed, plus AR, VR solution and everything. So this is the future, metaverse is the future of NLP going forward. Just to interest of the time, I will pause myself over here. It's a big topic actually. We cannot cover each and everything in a 1 hour. But it's a high level brief overview, how the industry is utilizing, what is the future, what's the buzzword is trending in the industry as of now from the NLP side, from the metaverse side, and the model side and all. What is the best practices you should consider while you are working on a product? What is the complete package the industry is looking for the NLP and the model building? Not just only a single independent model, but we need to create a complete package, right? That's it from my side. So, and the last thing I just wanted one more thing, patent. When you just start gathering some topics and start building on the prototype and all, and go for the patent as well, because this metaverse NLP is the buzzword as of now. And see, industry is not working on the traditional technology going forward now. Even we in the Accenture also, our 70-80% work is on the digital side, digital NLP, metaverse, cloud side. So this traditional technology work is going away, and this new technology is taking over all the work which we have done in the last. I will rest myself over here. I will hand it over to Saurabh. Saurabh, please go ahead. Thanks, Saurabh, for the opportunity to give the.
Thank you. Please take over the session, madam.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing profound knowledge with us. Now, every beginning has its end. I would like to invite Mrs. Sonal John, coordinator of the webinar, to propose words of thanks. Madam, over to you.
Thank you so much, Fatima. Good afternoon, one and all. On behalf of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapith Vishwavidyalaya, I, Sonal John, express my gratitude to all of you for your kind virtual presence. I am very grateful to our guest and speaker, Mr. Brajesh Parwal, for sparing his valuable time and delivering a very useful and knowledgeable session. Thank you so much, sir. Without a capable leadership and timely support from the superiors, no program can be succeed. So I would like to express my gratitude to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Upinder Dhar, for his unwavering support and motivation. I would like to thank Dr. Saurabh Jain, Head, Center of Excellence in Data Science, for his guidance and encouragement. I'm also thankful to Dr. Swati Dubey Mishra for conducting the session wonderfully. I'm also thankful to our technical team for all the technical support for conducting the event smoothly. I acknowledge and thank the unwavering support received from all the team members, faculty, and staff members. Last but not the least, I thank all the participants for being with us and for participating actively in the session. We are looking forward for your future participation also. I once again thank everyone whose contribution has made this event successful. Thank you all. Thanks for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonal. Thank you, Saurabh.
Thank you, Brajesh, for giving your precious time and giving such wonderful knowledge about this NLP.
Yeah.
Definitely, we will have another association with this topic.
Yeah, definitely. This is not in much detail, but it's more from the high level perspective from the industry side, what the industry is expecting and how it's working as of now. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
At last, I now request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय हे।
So can we leave, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Namaskar, sir.
Okay.